Don't spend your health accumulating your wealth. In this episode, we are going to address the question, why are so many wealthy people unhealthy? Hey, I have met with thousands of people over 45 years that are extremely successful financially. You wouldn't believe how many of them really don't have that great of health, and they wonder, golly, what could I have done differently when I was accumulating this financial wealth at the expense of my health? Put on your seatbelt. You're going to gain some insights that maybe will help you not arrive at the end of the day with unhealthy habits and also having to overcome illnesses, disease, toxins that you could have prevented in the first place. So my name's Doug Andrew, and I've been involved in the financial services industry for more than 45 years. I helped a lot of my own clientele for 35 of those years. And then in 2005, I decided to become a consumer advocate, write books, get on the radio. This is my radio studio right here. I've been producing a weekly show every single week for the last 12 years. I have on the Three Dimensional Wealth YouTube channel hundreds of videos that will help you become empowered. And I've noticed that through all of my experiences where I helped a lot of people, thousands of people optimize their financial assets. Many of these highly successful people had millions of dollars. Several of them became billionaires. But it was amazing how many of them, at the end of the day, they ended up spending a lot of their wealth in their later years trying to regain their health. And I thought, oh, how sad is that to arrive at retirement, because I saw many of them pass away at age 65, age 67. And I'm sure that wasn't their plan. But they had actually gone through their entire lifetime working so hard that they neglected their health. And then all of a sudden, what was all that for? In fact, it's so sad because many people, when they have a lot of things or a lot of blessings even, they seem to take for granted their health. But when you lose your health, you basically have one wish or desire. You would like your health back. And sometimes it may be too late. So let me give you a few suggestions to help prevent the dis-ease, because any disease, when you're not at ease from a cellular level in the body, that's what we call dis-ease, disease. Well, a lot of people are not at ease, maybe just physically, but financially or spiritually or emotionally or mentally. And so for a lot of years, I've helped people cure or even prevent the dis-ease in the various areas of their lives, be it physical, social, financial, mental, physical, spiritual. And it actually increases your life expectancy because you put your body at ease. You put your finances at ease. You put your spirit at ease. And this is actually a key to increasing your life expectancy so that you don't, at the end of the day, go, what was all this money for? I'm not taking it with me when I die. What did I do by focusing all of my attention on the money, the wealth, at the expense of my health or other relationships in my life? So here's what you can do different. Now, different isn't always better, but better is always different. If you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you've always gotten. And so when people become workaholics, and a lot of people accuse me and our 6 children of, all you Andrews do is work, work, work. But then there's others who see us recreate, because recreate means you're recreating, and they see us work, work, work so we can play, play, play. And they see us do that and they go, man, all you Andrews do is play, play, play. Well, we work hard so that we can play hard so that we can become balanced. It's a very hard concept because a lot of people especially entrepreneurs, realize that any day can become a work day. In other words, they work 24/7. Their brain never stops. In contrast to other people who, they sort of punch in at 8 in the morning and punch out at 5. They show up for work and then sometimes avoid it like the plague. In other words, they're really not out there motivated to work. But when you have entrepreneurs and business owners, their mind never stops. And so you have to really discipline yourself not to work every single day, 24 hours a day. Your mind keeps going 7 days a week, or you will wear yourself out. You will not be at ease, and pretty soon your health will go down, down, down. And at the end of the day, you'll have an absolutely unacceptable regret. You will not be able to get your health back, at least soon enough to save yourself. And you'll go, what was all this money for? I'm going to die now and I can't take it with me. This vision of having an incredible retirement where I live to be 100 years old, and already I've got heart problems because of the stress I put on myself for 40 years, and I'm going to die at age 67. You wouldn't believe how many people have actually been called to graduate, die, when they had some of their best years ahead of them if they would have been taking care of themselves and balancing their life. So I began to realize that if I put off or procrastinated, didn't pay attention to my health, I wasn't saving anything by not going to a doctor or exercising or taking supplements, because I could rationalize, I don't have time to exercise. I don't have time to go address this condition or whatever. I thought I was too busy and I was saving money. And it's like, no, it was actually going to cost me more. It sort of reminds me of the old Fram and Autolite commercial where an automobile mechanic would hold up an oil filter and say, you can pay me now and I'll change your oil filter, or you can wait and pay me later and I'll replace your engine. Well, let's say that engine is your body. Let's say it's your heart. You can either take methods or steps now for less money and exercise, do some cardio, get out 3 times a week and get in 30 to 60 minutes of cardio exercise. I've learned to do that. I used to detest that. Now I get energized. I feel like I can't operate because it gives me energy to go out and get my heart rate up to at least 82% or more of my maximum heart rate for at least 20 to 30 minutes, at least 3 to 4 days a week. So I do that by running or a treadmill or a recumbent elliptical, but somehow, some way rowing on a rowing machine. When I go out for a walk or a jog or a hike, it actually, even though it's miserable at first, pretty soon I start to crave the oxygenation. Our brains are oxygenaholics. And once we start doing that, it's painful at first. And then pretty soon it's painful to go back to the old way of how I used to feel. It happened so slow, becoming unhealthy, that when I all of a sudden got healthy, I didn't want to go back to the old way I used to feel when I didn't have time to exercise. See, I don't want to have to replace this engine with a heart transplant or open heart surgery when I could have prevented it in the first place by taking the time to be balanced in life, by learning how to take care of all of the dimensions of my life, not just financial, but physical, spiritual, mental, social. By doing that, I became a well-balanced individual, and I actually had more energy, more zest for living. I wasn't worn out, and that is the key to be able to be happy. And when you hit age 60, 65, 70, I don't want to ever retire. I want to keep going. People say, don't you want to just slow down, chill out? Actually, no. I have more energy than I've ever had. And thank goodness, even though I had a blocked artery that was pretty much inherited, I've learned to appreciate the good health and the habits. So unfortunately, there are a lot of people that have financial success and they're wealthy, but they are unhealthy and they regret it at the end of the day. Don't have those absolutely unacceptable regrets. Balance your life now. This is one of the reasons I write books like Entitlement Abolition, to show people how to balance their life in all of these different dimensions. There's three primary dimensions, and that's why I call it the three-dimensional wealth approach. I would love for you to get a free copy of this book. It's 200 pages. It will empower you on how to be balanced in your life. And by doing this, you'll be able to pass this on to your spouse, your kids, your grandkids, those people you care about, maybe your clients and customers. This will help you take whatever you do to a higher level. I'll pay for the book. It's a free gift. You pay $5.95 shipping and handling. Go to entitlementabolitionbook.com and learn how you can be healthy, wealthy, and wise.